What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today's video we are going to taking a look at the official MI 12 update for our Poco M2 Pro. So again over here, Poco M2 Pro isn't a global device, so it doesn't really get pilot testing or something. So Xiaomi is doing a batched rollout of the MI 12 update. So only handful of people have it, and again they have grabbed the link, so we have the full recovery ROM over here. So until you watch this video, if you already haven't received the OTA, it's still on a batch rollout. So just don't go bonkers into the comment section. Just leave your thoughts and wishes over there. But let's just take a look. So this won't be a complete review or something. This will be just taking a look at how the features and everything just look from the MI 11. Again, both are based on the Android 10. Android 11 would be coming later this year or just into January or something at this point. But as you can see, the home screen and everything just looks pretty much the same as the Poco Launcher 3.0 is still not out. It was dated for something around like a beta, like September 16. But no news so far, even though it's just a launcher with Android 10 gestures. So again, we are quite limited on the features right over here. So for example, again, as you can see on the left, you still have your crappy app vault when compared to the China beta or even the global stable right now. So again, you have the weather and stuff. Again, few of the widgets could be a bit adjusted than before, but as you can see, normal home screen. Even if you go to the quick settings panel, you still get the older quick settings panel as a default one. You have to manually go and enable it. So again, your normal notifications like finish setting up the M2 Pro as I just flashed this ROM. But going through the toggles and stuff, pretty much everything is just the same as it's based on Android 10. You already get the nearby share and stuff, but just the vibrate and screen recorder toggles are a bit updated. Again, if you don't already know, this phone also has a Z-axis motor for vibration, and if you now tap the toggles, it's much more tactical feedback. Like it's like a rumbling if you go through the Instagram filters. So I guess that's been enhanced. I didn't know whether it was such a powerful effect, but it's much more pronounced than before. Again, if you just go through the icons, couple of the icons do actually look newer. For example, the clock, then again FM radio, or even the settings one. I didn't actually pay a lot of attention to them before, but just look bit more flatter than before. So now if you just go to the security app and stuff, again all the latest MIUI 12 gizmos. I don't think the voice changer is there into the game turbo, but we can hope for the best for the later launch. Then again, you have privacy, solve problems, test network as before, nothing new here. Just all the brand new animations. Again, the cleaner is now powered by Avast. So again, a global company. That's good. So again, in terms of bloatware, it's not that cramped. For example, you just get your Google Pay, LinkedIn, and again there's Zeely, which again you can uninstall at any time. So not a huge issue. Otherwise, all the apps are of daily use. For example, the Amazon and stuff. So directly going down to the settings app, as you can see, looks far more cleaner than before. Again, there is no rubber band effect when you just go through the listings. So again, it's bit tighter in terms of animations. Even if you just go to the home screen, it's just far more stiffer than before. That may be because of the crappy Poco launcher, but it's just a bit stuttery. So directly going down to the about phone section, you have build number, QJPINXM, which could be changed onto the full public rollout. But again, MI for Poco, if you just go to the all specs, there are far more Poco pronounced features right over here. Like even the boot animations have been just completely switched for the MIUI. There is no Poco logo over there. Again, over here, you don't get any kind of special Poco theme, which was in purple for the Poco F1. You just get your normal icons and wallpaper, which are kinda dull to be honest. But scrolling down, if you just go to the security status, you do get September security patch. So not the latest and greatest. Again, this update was actually rolled out 3 days back. So again, that was September. But Google releases the security patches onto the 21st of the 25th of the last month. So kind of sad. Again, if you just go to the connection and sharing, you have your normal casting features, which are a bit more enhanced. Again, you do kind of get that haptic feedback if you just end the scroll or something, which is kind of bit weird implementation to be honest, but kind of just constantly reminds you of that Z-axis motor. But if you just go to the lock screen, you have glance for MI, which is again by default just enabled. In MI 11, I'm pretty sure it wasn't enabled by default. Then again, you have lock screen clock format, which you can also get it as a Mimix Alpha, which again looks very clean. As you can see, looks quite good to be honest, even with that wallpaper. So scrolling down, if you just go to the display, you have dark mode 2.0, which again has automatic adjust contrast and individual apps for global force dark mode. So again, let's just check whether it has the updated security app and stuff, because bunch of the MIF phones didn't actually come with that. Oh yeah, it comes with the latest app, so that's good. So directly disabling that, you have color scheme, system font, again just normal stuff, bit enhanced in terms of UI. cause the functionality is just basically the same. And then the control center and notification panel. So again, you can enable the latest control center right over here, and these settings might be changed into the latest MIUI 12 updates as we get to see something like this. For example, if you just check out the latest China beta of the K20 Pro, again, as you can see, the animations are very fluid. There is like a rubber band effect, whereas compared to this, it's very stiff. So let's just go back. You do not get control center options into the display, into the latest updates. Is completely situated right over here into the notifications where it should be. And the settings look far more refined than before, like the control center settings, for example, the newer version or the older one. Then again, you have the notification shade and smart home settings right over here. So again, a much more refined UI for it, whereas compared to this one, use the new control center enabled. Again, as you can see, kinda laggy even on the 720G. Again, it can be more optimized, but just for the first build, so you have to just bear with it. Again, let's just see whether it supports landscape mode. So Play Store in landscape, there you go, it supports landscape mode, so that's good. So coming back directly, you do not get anything like super wallpapers and stuff. Again, with the K20 running the 730G processor, it doesn't get it. So 720G again doesn't. You can just load up the super wallpapers APK and you can have all of them, but again over here, none of them have been provided by default. So scrolling down in terms of home screen, you just get nothing. It's just your normal Poco launcher. If you go to the themes wallpapers, just nothing. Even if you go to the biometrics, the fingerprint unlock is just refined a bit more. Takes a lot of scams when compared to another phones. Now you have the fingerprint recognition method, whether it's a press or a touch, which is good. I would rather just keep it on press. Wow, it's so fast. That's pretty fast when compared to the MIUI 11. Maybe that's just the animations. And then onto the face unlock, you do have fancy animations right over here, which are very Apple-ish, as you can see. Complete ripoff of Face ID, and there you go. Very fluid animations. Quite nice. Done. Let's just check it out. That's fast. Didn't even take a second. Very high quality cameras on these phones. And then if you just come back, you have privacy and protection, which doesn't have the high risk notifications and stuff which are seen onto the latest betas, but you do have the other permissions, special permissions right over here, which can be also accessed through the apps. But yeah, normal stuff like just watching over your permission manager. Not the great features from the MIUI beta, but you have battery and performance, which also has the ultra battery saver mode, which is quite great. And again, the UI looks very beautiful. So scrolling down, digital well-being is just pretty much same. Again, you have the special features, which also has game turbo, video toolbox right over here. But for these phones, these features were already available onto the MIUI 11's last builds, and then there is floating window. Now, opening floating windows from notifications is still not the best when compared to the latest betas, but again, if you want to just check it out, you can just do it with a file manager. Let's just open it up. Again, the app opening speeds are quite fast thanks to the F2FS file system. You can directly open the floating window right over here. If you want to minimize it, just drag it to a corner. Then again, if you want to expand it, you can just tap on it, and if you want to just close it, normal gesture. You still get your split screen option, which has been replaced by the floating window in many of the MIUI 12 builds, so that's quite sad. So coming back, additional settings, full screen display, there you go, full screen gestures. Let's just try that again. It kind of runs in like 30 FPS for some odd weird reason, but yeah, very smooth animations. Again, as you can see, no lags at all through overall UI. And then you just have your normal privacy and location options. That's basically it for the latest MIUI 12 update. Now if you just go to the notifications, there is no blur behind them, which can be seen onto the latest betas. And then if you just go to the camera does get a normal UI upgrade. There are no special options. For example, onto the K20 Pro, you do get a vlog mode and stuff, which are very nice to have. And again, the performance is over here if you want to just render them out pretty quickly, but you do have a very high quality main sensor and wide frame. Still, you do not have any options for that. Like vlog mode is just completely missing right over here. Then again, if you just go to the Pro mode, it was already very good onto the MIUI 11, and then you just have your normal toggles over here like the night mode, 48MP mode, AI watermark as before. But now if you just go to the settings, you can of course adjust the UI for it. Again, for some odd weird reason, there is no Google Lens. I guess if I just set up my Google account, it should be there. But you do get live tips, which is missing on bunch of the phones. So scrolling down, you do have customize. So you have feature layout, which is just your toggles, camera modes, which can be also set like a OnePlus phone. You have sound, which again, who cares? and colors, which again still who cares. So let's just set it on blue as the phone is blue. And there you go, it now matches the phone again with OnePlus like toggle options. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it for the latest global stable MI12 update for the Poco M2 Pro. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you found this helpful, subscribe down there for more Poco M2 Pro content, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.